Hi, welcome back to Just an Everyday Fan. So I've thought about something. I thought about Caitlyn Clark, and I always tend to go back and always tend to look at what changed. So we know that during Caitlyn's entire season in her collegiate career, she was not hurt. She did not miss one game. And then she comes in year two, she's out more than she's in due to injury. And I thought, what's changed? Well, two things changed. The coaching staff changed. So Stephanie White came in, Christy Sides went out, and Caitlyn in the off season bulked up and put on muscle because she was getting hammered. And I think that they knew that there was going to be a target. I don't know whether it was Caitlyn's decision to bulk up or the team's decision to put more muscle mass on her. But straight out of the gate, we saw that she just was a different player when she came out. She didn't have that fluid motion that she had when she was in college, that she had her first year. So my question was it the muscle? Is that what's throwing everything off? And then I saw something, and I saw a channel I had never seen before, and shout out to Key Almighty. He brought something up. He talked about Tim Grover. And I wasn't familiar with Tim Grover. So evidently Tim Grover was the training coach for Michael Jordan. So Michael, and I didn't watch Michael Jordan, so I'm taking this on face value, but when Michael first came into the NBA, he was skinny, he was getting beat up, he was getting thrown to the ground, he was getting railroaded, right? Just like Caitlyn Clark was. He was a great player and everyone was going to target him. So he needed to bulk up. Well, Tim Grover got a hold of Michael and said, no, we're not doing it that way. We're doing it my way. And he talked about you have to get your ankles strong first. You have to get your quads strong second. And then you have to get your groin muscles strong third. Before any other bulk comes on your body, the foundation has to be laid. Or you're going to be plagued with injury because the body is not going to know how to respond to those quick cuts and quick changes and stops. And Tim Grover was saying to stop a body like that requires great strength. And those muscles are tested. And those muscles can be injured if you don't do it properly. So did Caitlyn Clark do this properly? Did she have professional trainers that were working with her, or did they just do an all-out lower body 2 days a week, upper body 2 days a week kind of strength training exercise, to bulk up? Drink this, we're going to add creatine and powders and proteins, and this is what you're going to eat. Here's your caloric intake. Here's how much you're going to work out. And is that what occurred? Because those are the only two things that changed. And Caitlyn has suffered injury after injury after injury. And this is going right along with what Tim Grover said. If he didn't get a hold of Michael Jordan, he would have been the same. He would have had injury after injury because the foundation muscles were not there in order to carry the upper body mass for those quick stops, cuts, moves that we all know Caitlyn Clark does so well when she's coming in and she cuts over for that 3-point. So now you have the foundation is hurt, right? She can't do her jump shot. She can't do her layup. She can't do her 3 points. She's fine as long as she's standing in one place doing a jump shot. But as soon as she starts moving, she re-injures herself. So is this I mean, what do y'all think? Is this from Caitlyn Clark not having the proper trainers and the proper medical staff to support her? Because, you know, now we see this has gone on, and all of a sudden Caitlyn was like, stop. I'm going to see my own doctors, and she found her own specialists. Because this could be career ending for her. She could end before she begins. So she said, no more team doctors. I'm going to go get my own opinion. So she went, I'm not sure where, got her own opinion. And now all of a sudden, the only thing Stephanie will say is, I think she's out. We're just going to say indefinitely until she comes back. We already knew that, right? So Stephanie was saying day to day to day to day. She's not even practicing with the team. She is practicing with the athletic team, which are the young men. That's who Caitlyn Clark is practicing with. So she is completely isolated from the team. So is this Stephanie White not wanting her in the middle of a team that she's now building that seems to be cohesive without Caitlyn Clark? Is this a foreshadowing of things to come? Do you think that the Indiana Fever will trade off Caitlyn Clark? Not sure. I mean, I wouldn't think that they would trade off Caitlyn Clark because they've shown that they're milking their cash cow for all she's worth. Given the fact that she's the one bringing in all the viewership, she's the one bringing in all the sales, she's the one filling Gainbridge and all the arenas that they travel to. I think that there's validity in this. I think that maybe Caitlyn may have got this wrong. I don't know whether Caitlyn did it or whether it was the Indiana Fever medical and training team that did this to Caitlyn, but she has to do a total reset. Now she has to heal all these wounds. So I'm guessing she's going to be out the whole season, the rest of the season. That's going to be my thought. I mean, what are they going to do? Stephanie White has already split her from the team, right? She's not even practicing with the team. She's not shooting with the team. She's not doing anything. She's practicing with the, quote, athletic team, which are the young men that come in and play the girls in basketball. I don't think if I'm a coach and I'm developing this team that's aside from Caitlyn Clark, and they're now starting to gel, and they're now starting to win games, and you have someone like Kelsey Mitchell that is putting up points like she's putting up. Kelsey's playing hard. Aaliyah's been frustrated, clearly. But what do you do if they go to the playoffs, and I think they will possibly go to the playoffs? What do you do? Do you put Caitlyn Clark in the middle of this team in the playoffs? No, I would not. If you have a team that got to the playoff, you're not going to add a player, because when they add that player back into the mix, we have seen time and time again how long it takes the team to reacclimate to that player. That player is at a different pace. That player is at a different everything. The way she throws, the anticipation, where they need to be. I mean, the way Caitlyn reads the court. She's on fire when she's out there. And they don't have that right now. They don't have that court IQ right now. They're playing standard offense and defensive ball right now. They're not playing Caitlyn Clark ball. It's what Stephanie White wanted, right? I think she's letting off some of the players and letting them take some shots, but for the most part, they're playing her way. So I don't think Stephanie White's going to upset the apple cart. And if they do go to the playoffs, and let's just say Caitlyn Clark feels like she's ready, I don't know that they're going to put her in. So you're going to have a lot of angry fans on your doorstep. Playoffs with no Caitlyn Clark. How's that going to go? That's a good question. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Until next time, as always, thank you for supporting the channel. If you like the content, please hit subscribe.